Okay, happy Thanksgiving. So today I'm going to be doing a special on 7OH. So if you guys don't know what 7OH, it's basically a synthetic version of a kratom alkaloid. So it's pretty much like grew into prominence. Now, if you guys don't know, I vape and I take kratom and I do not take 7OH. I do not take extracts, but within the last like 2 years, I've seen 7OH like just grow exponentially in popular. Like every time I go to the vape store, I'd see like bookshelves of 7OH and just at astronomical prices. It will be like $40 for like four tiny little tabs. I'm like, who is buying? How addicted do you have to be to buy this stuff? So yeah. So I thought I'd make a video about it. My video games are not working. I'm getting errors, so I just thought I'd make a freaking YouTube video. So let's watch this video. I think this is pretty funny. Put this on full screen.
You'd never expect the most addictive thing in your neighborhood is sitting quietly on a gas.
So the most addictive thing in your neighborhood? No, this is not the most addictive thing in your neighborhood. The most addictive thing in your neighborhood is tobacco, cigarettes, how many different chemicals and toxins are in cigarettes. I had three people that I knew that died because they smoked cheap cigarettes. Three people. And I'm only 27. I know three people that have died already from nicotine and tobacco. Now, I vape. I don't know anybody who's died from vaping. But tobacco, yes, there's plenty of people. There's hundreds of thousands of people that die every year from tobacco. And nobody says, hey, let's ban tobacco. Nobody says that. But hey, this new thing that we are scared of, we're going to say, let's ban it. Even though it hasn't killed anybody. I mean, there's nobody that has died from this. You guys do realize that they use they say it's an opiate. They say it's addictive, which is pretty much true. But just because something is addictive doesn't necessarily mean it's super dangerous.
Gas station shelf, marketed as herbal relief.
This is really
Now, I do not think these companies should be marketing this at all as an herbal supplement. I do not think that should be legal. Let's look at the packaging on these.
You'd never expect the most addictive thing in your neighborhood is sitting quiet.
So look at the labeling. It's called opiate. It's like these companies are trying to speed run. Yes, literally speed run how fast they can get their own supplements banned or their own product banned, because all this does is draw attention to. They think it's, if you know what this is already, you don't care what the packaging says. If you're already hooked on this stuff, do you think you're going to care what is on the package? Why do they actually like brand themselves? Like, it makes no sense. They're just bringing attention. Hey, maybe people are going to say, hey, what the heck is this opiate? I ban this stuff. It's not helping their cause. It's not.
Quietly on a gas station shelf. Marketed.
Now notice how they're using colorful patterns, and they're trying to make this look as safe and fun. It's pretty much, they're marketing it the same way as they used to market vape products. So vape products used to have gummy, colorful, um, I don't, almost like candy patterns on their boxes, and then they put a stop to that, and now it's 7OH that is doing this. So very weird. You'd think they learn their lesson, all these companies, after the crackdown that was had on vape products, but they never learn their lesson. They get too greedy. That's the problem. And once they ban this stuff, there will be nothing they could say, because everything that they are accused of, they've been doing.
as herbal relief.
This is really a sinister.
Look at this. PRS. Can you believe that? Like PR, you know what PR means? That means prescription. It's like they're trying to speed, or it's almost funny. It's almost funny how stupid they are when it comes to it. And this, of course, will be the first thing people show when they're advocating for banning this. Obviously, okay, it could be completely safe, but the fact that it's just so nonsensically um packaged is just a whole reason to ban it.
In industry.
7 Viva, I don't know what that means. I have no idea. But this one has 300 milligrams, and this one,
Your neighborhood is sitting quietly on a gas station shelf.
yeah.
Marketed as
So the last one, I can't find it, but the last one had only like 18 milligrams per tablet. So very inconsistent in their dosage. So one person could say, hey, I have a 7OH tablet, gives it to a friend or whatever, and it's dosage at like 10 times the amount. And he ends up getting super, like maybe he took it before and he thought he could take it again. And then he gets behind the wheel and then he crashes because he's just way too messed up. So alcohol is very clearly packaged. That's the one thing I will say about alcohol. It shows you how much alcohol by volume there is. There's no room for debate. But with this, as soon as you take it out the package, it's like, no, you don't know how much is in it.
herbal relief.
This is really a sinister industry.
The nation's Health and Human Services Secretary.
Now, I think that's hypocritical to say because alcohol is way more deadly, way more destructive. Like, there's like, I think the actual statistic is 30,000 people die every year due to drunk drivers, okay, getting by. Like, alcohol is the only drug that's literally ingrained into every level of society. Any function, any party, any celebration, any holiday, it's going to mandate that you drink. Okay, at any holiday, like even Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not lying, it's actually Thanksgiving. Like, literally, there will be people that drink on Thanksgiving, that will drink on Christmas, that will drink on Halloween, on New Year's, every holiday, literally every holiday. It's mandated, literally mandated, that you drink, and there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of people that die or drink too much, and ambulance has to be called. I've seen it. But nobody, like Robert F. Kennedy, wouldn't dare say to ban alcohol or tobacco. So what is even the point? What is even the point of banning something where there's never been one proven, studied, observed case of somebody actually dying from this? Yes, it is addictive. Yes, it's yes, it's addictive. But is it better than Oxycontin? Is it better than Percocet? Is it better than codeine? Of course. Of course. Now, an outright ban would just be absurd. Schedule oneing this thing would be absolutely absurd because people are just going to run to the street. Maybe they can't afford like $300, $400, $500 in health insurance to get a prescription or to get doctor's visits so they can afford their pain medicine. So this is the alternative. Maybe they use credit. Maybe this is more efficient. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they want to do that. Maybe instead of like paying like $1,000 every couple months, they want to just self treat, and that should be legal. Self-treating should be legal. You shouldn't have to, like, if you just got a surgery, do you really need a permission slip in a doctor's note to say, hey, I'm in pain? The doctor doesn't even know if you're in pain. There's no way a doctor can tell if you're in pain, actually in pain. They can't read your mind. Okay, so we shouldn't be regulating. I think it has way more benefits than it does downsides. Okay, for everybody who gets addicted to this stuff, there's like 10 people that actually find a use out of it. Maybe they have PTSD, maybe they have some sort of mental health issues and they self-treat. Yes, I don't think you should. I wouldn't recommend that. But or maybe they have chronic pain. They know they have like back pain, foot pain, um, all this other pain, and they don't have like tens of thousands of dollars to just go to the doctors twice a month, pay for health and pay for that. Like, have you seen the price of these doctors visits? Have you seen the, like, if you have a tooth infection or tooth pain and you go to the doctors, they're going to charge bare minimum like $3,000. Somebody's going to see that and say, hey, I'm gonna just take this until I can afford it. And that's reasonable, honestly, because people can't, like, the, have you seen the economy? And you're going to ban this? You're going to ban the only thing people have to actually manage their pain? No, no. It should be regulated, yes, but it should not be banned. An outright ban would be absurd when alcohol's in there. And we tried things like prohibition. And if you did ban it, let's say you did overnight, you just ban it. That's going to send millions of people into a supercharged withdrawal. And you think they're just going to stop? No, they're not going to stop. They're going to go to the street. They're going to get fentanyl. Okay, they're going to get heroin. They're going to get Percocet. They're going to get all these pressed fake pills, which is way more deadly. And there's also going to open up a black market for these. Okay, people are going to be itching to have an alternative to things like fentanyl. And because it's more safe, so it's going to flood the streets. Flood the streets. And really, it's not even going to be, it's still not going to be safe because people, the cartels and the people that make profits off this stuff, they'll just press it with fentanyl because it's more cost effective.
Terry, sounding the alarm on a compound known as 70H.
This legal compound 70H is stronger than more.
So literally calling it perks, are, you couldn't be more stupid if you were running a company. You literally could not be more stupid if you tried. They're trying to speed run. I'm telling you, these companies are, and it's not the actual substance that's the actually the most dangerous. It's these companies getting greedy, trying to market this stuff. Like, you couldn't get any more have any more of a red flag for a government if all you do is have to show the package. That's all you have to do. And the Congress and the Senate, they'll say, let's ban it. Let's ban it. They don't even have to do the research because they don't care. They don't care. They know this is cutting into the profits of big pharma. They know it. They know it. They are getting billions of dollars in lobbying commission from big pharma, so they want to ban this stuff. They don't want people self-treat. They don't want people to have an alternative to desperately going into the emergency room and getting charged $10,000 from their insurance and paying $5,000 for just all these thousands of dollars. Everybody wants to pad their pockets, so of course they want to ban this. Of course. Of course. What is the alternative? Self-treat with alcohol? Self-treat with nicotine? Self-treat with caffeine? Self-treat with Tylenol, which is way more damaging on the liver than this? Like, literally, Tylenol, whatever it's called, acetaminophen, is way more damaging to any organ than this. But it is hilarious how people are crying on TikTok saying, I didn't do my research and I got super. Like, how? Like, I will admit, I've tried this before and I felt nothing. 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 Like, compared to powder or the actual plant, there's so many missing alkaloids. Like, you're not getting the full effect of kratom. You're not. You're getting a watered down and concentrated form of just one, yes, just one alkaloid. So if you're used to having the antidepressant effect of kratom, the kind of euphoria and all these different effects, the warm body feeling. This does not have any sort of warm body feeling at all. At all. It doesn't make you tired. When I tried it, it didn't make me tired. It made me kind of like wide-eyed and just quieted things down. But I wouldn't call it any sort of high. I wouldn't call it getting messed up compared to alcohol or actual kratom. Like if you take 20 kratom capsules, that is way stronger than this, and it doesn't cost anywhere near as much. Okay.
Morphine.
Scientifically, by definition, it is an opioid, and yet it is sold.
Now, he says by definition, I'm sure it like the definition of opiate is so vague. So it's an opiate, but technically not. Technically it's really I don't think it is. Because if you say this is an opiate, then you're saying kratom is opiate, which is not. Which is not. And we know the next step to banning this will, of course, be banning kratom, because as soon as they take them off 7OH, they're all going to run to kratom. And then they're going to be taking absurd amounts of kratom. And you're going to say, oh, we got to do something about this kratom. We got to ban this. We got to ban the extras. We got to do this, do that. And it's just playing whack-a-mole, because some sort of manufacturer in China will just make a new synthetic knockoff of that substance that isn't banned, and there's nothing they could do about it. There's nothing. What are you going to do? Ban entire branches of chemicals that could be the cure for cancer? You're going to do all that. Okay, you're going to do all it. Doesn't make any sense. Just leave it on the shelves. And if you're stupid enough to buy it, if you really don't have that much self-control where you can't stop yourself from buying this stuff, then you deserve what you get. Don't ruin it for everybody else with self-control who maybe takes one every morning for pain. Don't ruin it for those people. You're selfish if you actually get yourself addicted to this stuff instead of you're chasing a high that does not. You're chasing the dragon. It's like I don't know. It's like banning, what is it called, methadone or something that helps people get off fentanyl, and banning that just because some people get addicted to it. Okay, what is the alternative? Just have people have no option, no alternative, no nothing. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. People don't use their brain, bro. The problem with us is we, in our country, is we don't have any accountability on anything.
In vape stores, in smoke shops, in convenience stores, and gas stations.
And worst of all, most people have no idea what it is.
That's your fault. That's your fault. If you take anything without knowing what in the world it is, and I took it only because I had a free sample they were handing out, and I looked it up before I took it. Look, literally, Google exists. Do you guys not know Google exists? You look it up and you're seeing it's a derivative of kratom. It's more concentrated. It is more addictive, so don't take too much. I took one, didn't feel anything. Didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing. I don't know what the hype is about. But it did get rid of pain, because I did have a toothache, and it did get rid of that more efficiently than kratom did.
It's a powerful synthetic compound with no regulation and
That's a lie. Saying it has no regulations is stupid. Obviously, you can't package something in 7.0 with 7OH and just have fentanyl in. No, because the store would get sued, company would get sued. You can't have contaminants. So it is regulated. It's just the substance itself isn't regulated. It's about as regulated as nicotine, about as regulated as alcohol. So, yeah.
seen come into this smoke shop.
By the time you realize how and no oversight.
Look at all that 7-hydroxymitragene.
So he's lying. Only this section right here is 7-OH. Only this section. The rest is kratom extract, which is not. So here we have kratom. Here we have kratom extract. More, I don't know what this is. This is Zen. This is nicotine. So this shelf right here is nicotine. This is kratom extract. This little section right here. This is not kratom extract. This is probably like one of those weird things they sell in smoke shops. I don't know what this stuff is. I have no idea what this stuff is. I don't know what this stuff is. This is like, I think this is like THC gummies or something. This section right here. No, these aren't even, this isn't even 7-OH. This is kratom extract in pill form. So this entire shelf right here is not 7-OH. This entire section. So he's lying. So only this section right here, exactly this where my cursor is 7-OH. So the rest is either kratom extract or like CBD gummies. This right here is capsule kratom, and this is 7-OH. So when he points to the entire shelf and says, "Hey, this is all 7-OH," oh wow, and trying to scare people, I don't think that's right. That's not right. He's just trying to get views.
Bro, this shit is the most addicting thing I.
So I don't know if he works there. I don't know if he's a customer. I really don't know. And he's saying, "Oh, it's the most," but he has no personal experience with it. And he says it's the most addictive. I'd actually go and say it's about as addictive as kratom, because kratom is also addictive. I will admit, I'm addicted to kratom. Like, if you were to just say no kratom for like 24 hours, and so I'd be like, shit, hell no, fuck no, man, no. But it's also not dangerous. It's not deadly, and it doesn't have any effects on your liver. They already did studies saying it doesn't have any effects on your liver. Certainly not as much effects as Tylenol. There's people out there that take Tylenol, that are prescribed Tylenol every day, like 3-4 times a day, and they're just killing their liver. They're just destroying their liver. And trust me, because I work in the healthcare field.
Seen come into this smoke shop.
By the time you realize how bad it is, it's already got a hold on you.
Yeah, that's what happens when you take something without doing the research. That's what happens when you take a bunch of stuff. You don't know, like caffeine. Like, I drink caffeine too, and I'd say I'd have a better off chance going without kratom than I will without like an energy drink or something. Look at this. I'm not lying. I'm not lying, bro. Oh my God, that tastes first coffee of the morning. So yeah, you're just stupid. I'm sorry, these people are just stupid. Everybody knows, everybody knows. Don't take kratom extracts. Don't take 7-OH. Don't take any sort of concentrated form of something. Because if you take something that's concentrated, you will get addictive more than you would just the regular. Like, it's like saying, like, those THC oils and all that stuff is addictive and should be banned because weed is a concentrated version of weed or something. Like, this is just ridiculous. I know way more people addicted to that than I do. I don't know anybody who's addicted to 7-OH. I barely see anybody in the smoke shop I go to that actually buys it, because it's so ridiculously, absurdly expensive. It's just absurdly expensive, bro. Like, I don't unless you're taking it on special occasions unless you're rich, I don't see how it's even economic, because it's like 30, 40, $50 for like four tiny little capsules or tiny little tablets. It's ridiculous. If you're spending money on that, you're just irresponsible. If you're spending money, like that amount of money on that, you're irresponsible. Before it gets that bad, you should check yourself into a facility. Okay, if it gets that bad to the point where you're blowing your entire paycheck on it, you are the problem, not 7OH. You. I can't stand all these people putting the blame on something when they were the people who made irresponsible life choices, took something, didn't do the research, and if they did do the research, they took it to the extreme.
7OH. It's not what you think, and it's everywhere.
I was someone that
He says it's everywhere. So define everywhere. So I don't see it in gas stations. I don't even see Kratom in gas stations. I certainly don't see 7OH in gas stations. But if you're lucky, a vape shop or two near you will sell it. But yeah, I don't see it at gas stations. I don't see it at 7-Elevens. I don't see it at liquor stores. I don't see it at convenience stores. It's mostly in a select few vape shops. And if they do sell it, it will be at extremely marked up prices to the point where you're like, I'm not buying this.
got tricked into thinking it was just another Kratom.
It's everywhere.
I was someone that got tricked into thinking it was just another Kratom product.
So you're an idiot then. You're a total moron. Because you see this pill, this literal pill, this capsule, which looks nothing like Kratom or Kratom extract. You take it and you're like, oh, I'm addicted. So now all the blame goes on these. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, watching these videos just gets me amped up, bro. It gets me so amped up because these people are just throwing the blame. And they're going to ruin it for people who actually do need it, who do find use in it, who do find actual cause and reason for using this stuff. Okay, when it comes to pain, when it comes to maybe anxiety, when it comes to mood lifts. Okay, who are you to say they don't need that? Who are you to say, oh, you shouldn't be doing this? Who are you? Just because you made a stupid, irresponsible decision and you're going to make videos. Not only do they make stupid, irresponsible decisions, they then go on to make a bunch of videos saying, oh, this thing ruined my life, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. No, and that's the theme of all these videos. It's no personal responsibility. None whatsoever. No personal responsibility or accountability at all. At all whatsoever. It's crazy.
I'll just take one every now and then to boost my energy and get through the day.
So like an energy drink. Energy drink. That's literally that's what the hype is about. So people take it to, oh my God, oh my Lord, they take it to boost their energy. You can't possibly, and yet they sell 5-hour energies. They sell monsters, which just wreak havoc on your health and your teeth and your heart. Like seriously, I was drinking like 2-3 monsters a day when I was working at a landscaping business because I literally had no motivation to do the freaking work. I was like, this is just terrible. I was drinking like 2-3 a day, and that shit destroyed my teeth, destroyed my health, everything. And now I'm just sticking to coffee. But that's on every shelf. That's in every store. Supermarkets, gas stations, grocery stores. That's everywhere. Nobody cares though. Because it makes too much. It's making billions and billions and billions of dollars. So nobody can. Oh, we can't possibly ban caffeine. We can't ban Monster. That's a $1 billion business. But when it comes to this, because it's a new thing and because it's cutting into the profits of bigger businesses, now we gotta be like, come on, dude. You gotta see through this stuff. You have to use your brain, because what they are doing is they are propagandizing you into accepting the fact that the government can just start banning derivatives of safe, natural things. Okay, safe. Because again, this stuff is safe, maybe addictive. There's a lot of stuff. Sugar is addictive. There's more people that die from sugar intake than anything, even alcohol. You know how many people are diagnosed with diabetes and they end up dying, or they end up permanently dependent on pharmaceuticals or chemicals and insulin shots, and they gotta take an insulin shot up their butt every single day, twice a day. They gotta take their sugar intake, they gotta take their blood sugar. That's making them money, so they don't care, even though it destroys your health. It literally ruins your life indefinitely until the time you die. See through this stuff, man. This is ridiculous.
As a mom, that ruined my fucking life.
Welcome to Time to Head North.
Okay, now I'm about to end the video, but I want you guys to notice something that's just hilarious.
Podcast. I'm your host, Vincent Vargas. This is brought to you by the North Group. What I wanted to do today was have a friend of mine on to talk about a new.
So a friend of his. Keep that in mind.
I wouldn't say new, but in the past 18 months has kind of grown in the scene. It is a synthetic drug that is sold.
Synthetic. Okay. Synthetic.
At a gas station or potentially at a smoke shop. And
now notice how they say it's sold at gas stations, even though I haven't never seen a gas station that sells it. They do that to make it seem like it's everywhere, like it's literally on every street corner, which is just not true.
So what I wanted to do is bring it to your attention. I'd almost call this a bolo. Be on the lookout. You parents out there who have older children, a 16.
They're making it seem like children are buying this stuff. Are you serious? There's not a child in the country that has ever been allowed to buy this stuff at any smoke shop. If a child walks in a smoke shop, they be told to get the F on. Okay? They're not handing these out like candy. Matter of fact, your child is probably more likely to die of fentanyl intake than they ever will be of even encountering 7-OH.
You parents out there who have older children, 16 years old, 17 years old, 18 years old, that might pass as someone who's 18 to 21, they potentially could get their hands on this. If you look on TikTok, there's a crazy trend of people trying to get off of this substance because they were given free samples. And so I wanted to bring an expert on the topic.
Now that is true. They are handing this out like I wouldn't say like candy, but they are handing out free samples. About 2 years ago, I was given a free sample when they first got this stuff. So yeah, that is sketchy. And I'm not arguing that this stuff isn't addictive. It obviously is. But yeah, to say children are using this stuff is just ludicrous.
His name is John Ramsey, who is the R&D director, I believe it is. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your term.
Just a senior R&D manager.
So senior R&D manager at a company. And guess what that company is? MIT 45, the Kratom extract company. So this guy, he's obviously losing profits because 7-OH market is cutting into his market. Let me show you guys. MIT 45. So this is literally his company, a Kratom extract company. And Kratom extracts are not better. I wouldn't say they're better than or safer than 7-OH, because Kratom extracts are, I'd say, equally as addictive. Matter of fact, equally maybe a little less, maybe a little more addictive. I don't know. I don't know. I don't take kratom extract. I have taken kratom extract, but I don't take it every day. I'm not a chronic user of them. I'm mostly kratom powder. But okay, so it asks you if you're 18 and 21 and older. So yeah. So obviously this guy is not a neutral voice when you're literally representing a kratom extract company, which is literally the main competitor of all these 7OH companies. And this is the biggest kratom extract company. When I took this, I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good. I wouldn't say messed up. I wouldn't say high. I just felt like minor euphoria. I definitely felt energy. I wouldn't say it's like a clean energy boost, clean feeling, certainly more clean than caffeine. Certainly more clean than alcohol. I wouldn't say it's dangerous. I would say it's addictive. Very addictive if you take this over the powder. But yeah, this is not a neutral voice because he clearly is the number one competitor. So of course he's going to say 7OH is addictive. It's this, it's that. People are dying. They're handing out like candy. They're handing out to your children. Like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. Like, I see through this stuff. Nobody else is talking about this stuff. So that's why I made a video. Nobody else is saying this stuff.
CNRD manager for a major kratom company called Diversified Botanics, and who owns several of the bigger brands in the market. And that, John, dude, thank you for joining us today. First of all, if you want to give your background real quick, and then I can get into some of the questions I have about this substance.
Totally. I've always come from a place of caring for people. When I was in the Army, I was a medic. And so
Okay, I'm going to end the video right here because I just can't stand hearing this guy talk, especially after you revealed he's working for a little extract company. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think this stuff should be banned? Do you guys think what they're saying is true? I honestly think that it should be very much regulated. It should be very regulated. Okay, but it should not be banned. It should still be sold to people over 21 that want it, over 21 that maybe find some use for it. But I don't think it should be banned. It absolutely should not be banned because we all know the next step on that is to actually ban the powder. Okay, we all know what's coming. Well, they've been trying to do this for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this is just propaganda. I'm sorry. I've been using kratom for about 7, 8 years, 8 years, since at least about 2018, and I haven't had any negative health effects. I haven't had any strokes, heart attack, liver failure, and I'm taking the high end in the spectrum of kratom, and I haven't had any health effects. My blood pressure is normal. I'm still up and kicking. If it were up to these guys, I should be dead. I should be in the hospital. I should be in a wheelchair. If we were listening to the media on all this stuff. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. If you find use in it, if you're a grown adult and you feel as if this is improving your life, you should be able to make that choice. You should be able to decide. It's not self-destructive because this stuff is safe relatively. I mean, of course, if you're taking like 20 freaking pills of this stuff, and then obviously that's not healthy, but that's also not financially feasible. You will run out of money eventually unless you're like rich, and if you're already rich, you should know better. Rich people should know better, bro. But if you're like making $100,000 a year, it's not financially feasible. It's not. It's not. Even if you're taking only like 10 a day or 5 a day or 6 a day, it's not. You'll run out of money because it's just so absurdly expensive. The process of making this stuff is just, it takes a lot of equipment, it takes a lot of machinery, labs, expert. It takes a lot to make this stuff. So no, no. If you're addicted to this stuff and you're taking copious amounts, yes, that is on you. You are stupid. You are dumb. You are the problem. And stop trying to ruin it for people who keep this in their cupboard or their shelf for when the pain flares up, and it's a good go-to to stop the pain. Once the pain gets too severe, don't ruin it for those people. So yeah, if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, let me know in the comments.